Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm kind of going against one of my cardinal rules. I don't really ever do videos again, but a lot of people have been asking if I would take down this Beretta PX4storm F law enforcement compact. I don't know why I did it before in the first time, but they wanted to see it in high definition, and I don't know if that'll make any difference. Let me show you a couple things here. The cup, you can put rounds in, you can put pieces in, you can do whatever you want with it. And, a couple of people brought it to my attention like a month after I bought it. You can also display the handgun on it. I don't know why you display the handgun. That's just kind of creepy. So the other thing you have the removable back straps on here. This has been safety checked. I'll do it again for all you guys in a second, but I found the back strap that was most comfortable for me. And I'm an indecisive guy, and I kept switching it and switching it and switching it and forgetting which one felt comfortable. So I ended up throwing the other two away, just so it's always the same for me. It fits my hand perfectly. All right, let's go ahead and safety check it. There's nothing in there. You can see that. There's nothing in there. Nothing in the magazine. You can see the orange on there. Let's check it out itself and let's strip it. Let's strip it, yo. Why did I settle on this one? What was my reasoning behind it? For me, honestly, I'm not a gunslinger. I don't plan on pulling a pistol out at lightning speed and greasing anybody. That's not. I bought the pistol for a hobby. It's I shoot it recreationally. I don't carry it from day to day. In my state, you just can't do it. It's just not feasible. Because they'll throw you in the hoosegow for a long time, and that's the reason I bought it. I bought it for target shooting, and going to the range. Although the range here is crazy expensive, and it's just chock full of nerds. Oh, it's like a fucking nerd farm. But all that aside, it's a great gun. And to date, this is I've had a lot of handguns, all different kinds of handguns, from 9/11 styles to Glocks. When the polymers first were coming out, I had one of the first Glocks, and I've had Berettas, Smith & Wessons, Rugers. What else did I have? I had a couple pieces of junk too, but I won't discuss that. But this one was the most appealing to me, and I'll tell you why. Some of the things that attracted it to me, these are my own personal preferences. I like a polymer gun. I like the weight of it. I like the feel of it. And this fit my hand perfectly, like no handgun has ever fit my hand like this. And I don't like the safety trigger on a lot of polymer guns, so I wanted something that had a full trigger, and I wanted to stay away from Taurus. The Millennium Pro is a cool gun, but it's just not for me. For my experience, I've never had any good experiences with Tauruses, other than revolvers, but not too much can go wrong with a revolver. I like the sights on it, and I like the decocker safety. Like I said, I'm a klutz, man, and even when I had my 1911, carrying it cocked and locked, for me, is a recipe for disaster. Because I'll end up like that bozo who shot himself in the leg, and I don't want to look like a tool like that. Well, not even I don't want to look like a tool, I just don't want to get shot. Alright, so let's take it apart. We already safety checked it. You got ambidextrous switchable mag releases on here, which is really cool. The mags on here pop right out. There's no pulling them out, or like I had a lot of guns where you had you suppress the release, you actually had to pull it out. Now this one will fire with the magazine out. That was another feature I wanted. A lot of people are against that feature, but it was one of the features that worked for me. And I like the idea of the decocker, because I never really trusted striker fired weapons. I never did when they first came out. And I was scarred from when they first came out. They're a lot more dependable now, such as the Glocks. But way back when, if you dropped them or bumped them or hit them wrong or put the magazine in wrong, they would go off a lot of times. Now, you can look at it in here. You can see where the hammer strikes and discharges the firearm, right? The groovy thing about this is when you decock it, slides that out of the way. So there's no way this gun can go off. Even with a round in the chamber, it can't go off. The hammer has to physically go back and strike something. But if you can see there's nothing for it to strike. That was the second reason I wanted it. The third reason I wanted it was ease of care. Like I said, everything down here rusts, and as much polymer as I can get on here as possible is the way to go for me. And the extractor on here is just, it's just beautiful. That's the only way I can put it. All right, let's take it apart. You got, I don't know why people like watching people take guns apart. It's beyond me. You got a Picatinny rail here if you want to put a flashlight or a laser. I've even seen the K-bar bayonet on here, but I won't be doing any of that. I carry it in this this case here at the range. Like I said, I don't carry it, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I carry it. And I just couldn't see myself walking around with a bayonet hanging out of the front of it, or a flashlight or a laser. It just wouldn't work with this setup. Okay, let's take it apart. In the memory pads, the original PX4 subcompact, the memory pads are void of the snap, so your finger would rest in there, because it's always better to take it out of the holster and go to the memory spot, and that way your finger is not on the trigger and you're not in DEFCON 4 mode. You understand what I mean? And that was another thing. You know, I want a safety. I like a safety. That works for me. I know in my mind I only have one handgun now, and this is the only one I have. Maybe at some point I'll get another one. There's a few I've been looking at, but I think they're just going to be case guns to keep in the case for collector's purposes. But this is the only firearm I use, and it's the one I'm familiar with the operation of now, and it's second nature to take it out and release the safety. It's just like that, and it's also second nature to go into the memory pad. So this is a great gun. It was a great design by Beretta. All right, let's take this out. And you see how they don't stick. You don't have to pull them out. They pop right out. All right, memory pads, 2 switches. Pull them down at once. You'll see the slide move forward, and you'll hear a little click. Flip it upside down. It springs out. And this thing, just to now, I just don't get this thing. I understand why it's there. It's part of the rotating barrel system, but the polymer part in the front, I don't know what it is. I guess it's a stabilizer. Like I said, I'm not the all-knowing, all-powerful, but it's a cool gun. Slides right out. You don't have to tap it anymore. It loosened up to the point where you don't have to tap it anymore. Chrome line barrel, real easy to clean, real thick. But man, this barrel is $285 if you want a new one. But you know, I've never had to buy a new barrel for a gun. But you know, that's just me. All right, best way to put it back in is to put the slide in your hand like you're gonna eat a taco. That's the best way I can put it. Like you're just gonna munch down a taco. I probably put the salsa on there, the cheese and the lettuce, but this will be my Beretta taco. Now, you see the slice in the barrel there, that groove. When I line that groove up, it'll fall right in there, and then you take your finger, turn it to the right, and then you'll see where it says 9x19. If you have it in there wrong, you won't see it. So it'll click in there when it's right, if that makes any sense. All right, put the spring, the guide rod in there, and then it goes right in the front here, and it should, if we've done it all right, just pop right in there. And that's what it did. It popped in. Before I was wrestling with this to get it to go in, and now it's broken in. It goes in a lot easier. Okay, put the blower on. Now you have to pull it all the way back to cycle it. All right, because what'll happen is if you don't pull it all the way back and you release the slide stop, this thing will fire across the room. Not the gun itself. The slide will come shooting right off. Or he'll pick it up and it'll just fall on the ground. Like I said, I'm honest. I won't make a video and try and tell you that I'm A, one of the safety police, or the all-knowing or all-powerful. I'll never do that. And B, I don't care about subscribers. I mean, I care about the people that subscribe to me. I enjoy talking back and forth with them, but I have no ambitions of becoming the next YouTube millionaire or e-begging or that's just not me. So when it comes to subscribers, I have 40 now. I'm cool with it. I don't encourage people to do shout outs for me because I want people to gravitate toward my channel strictly for the reason they like the videos, not because somebody says it's cool or they see one thing that I do that they like. You know, a lot of people will come and subscribe to me and they kind of get tired of me and then they unsubscribe, which is fine. You know, this is, you know, you can do whatever you want. But I've met some really cool people on this channel, and it's actually a lot of fun to me. As bizarre as that sounds, but it's the truth. So I've had other channels, I've had large channels before with a lot of subscribers, and it just, you know, it just got to be too much of a job. Every day I'd open up my mail and there would be a lot of good comments, and then there'd be just assholes, just so many assholes leaving nasty comments. Just you don't want to see that crap first thing in the morning. At least I know I don't. You know, this little speed loader that comes with it is necessary because when you first get these magazines, man, it's a bear to try and get these things in there. It's just crazy. I was chewing my thumb all up. But they, you know, Beretta, they make great magazines. Great magazines. And a lot of people kept correcting me because I used the term clip. But again, it's my preference. If I want to call it a single feeding ammunition vessel, I can go ahead and do that because it's my gun. I don't hop on board with people like, no, you gotta say it like this or do it like that, and don't you dare call that thing a whatchamajiggy. Listen, I've called many things whatchamajiggies, and you know, that's my own preference. It'll hold 15 rounds in here. I think they sell another one that holds 17, but this one does 15, and you can keep one in the pipe. So you see it's 15 there. Safety's on. Chamber around. Top it off. That's all. You know, you don't have to be a genius to do this. It's a safe gun. It's a very safe gun. All right, guys. Hopefully this answers all your questions, and I didn't bore you too much with my philosophy. A lot of my philosophy gets thrown in there, and I do tend to ramble, but I make the videos, and especially this video, a lot of people want to see this stuff for taking it apart, because they had the same problems I did. When I first started taking it apart, man, it was frustrating. It took me like 15 minutes to get the thing back together, and I wasn't sure if I got it back together, and it was just a disaster. All right, guys, later.